Most game devs are not evil. And we are seeing this in one of the greatest comebacks that I think is going to happen. Not that is currently happening, and I need to make that clear. This company is not 100% back. It's back a lot, but not quite to where it needs to be. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Blizzard. I did not say Activision Blizzard, because that is no longer a thing. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I never thought I'd live to see the day that Blizzard and Activision were no longer under the same, power structure. Or rather, Activision holding Blizzard under its meaty fists as it tries to drown it in the river. That kind of thing. I never thought I'd see the day. But what we've discovered is that most devs are not actually evil. Most devs are actually in gaming industry to make things that they are passionate about and to listen to the audience. But the problem is that somebody always gets in their way. Most are just trying to make you happy with the hobby that you love, to feed your escapism, to help you experience something that you've never experienced before. That's what most are. But in the past few years, we've seen an endless stream of terrible things from game studios. Why? Because in most situations, it's what their leaders and the CEOs want. It's what their boards want. But they don't actually understand what gamers want. Those people don't understand what the gamer wants. Those people don't understand what the gamer is there for. What they're looking at is they're looking at the expenses, the budgets, and what's coming in, and then they're wanting to capitalize on those things endlessly. Always wanting more. Always pushing for more. And as soon as a project stops being financially growing, they usually kill it, can it, and move on to another project. Because that has been what has been feeding the industry for a long time. And it's evil in the sense that it's evil for the art. It's evil for the consumers, and in a lot of times, in a lot of cases, it's evil for the devs who often get stuck with the label that they don't care about the product because they're making these terrible decisions. But they're not the ones making these terrible decisions. They're the ones who are being forced to make these terrible decisions. And this is the insanity that Blizzard has been under. Clearly now, we can clearly say this, because what happened at BlizzCon last week? At BlizzCon last week, and the week before, I should start with this. The week before, Microsoft came in and said, Blizzard, you no longer need to answer to Activision. You answer to only us now. Nobody in the C-suite at Activision can tell you what to do. And what did they do that following week? They did the biggest change they have ever done ever. Now, again, this is mostly around the World of Warcraft IP and the kind of the splinter offs that we're going to get from that over the next few years. Not everything. I need to emphasize that Diablo's not in a great place. Neither is Overwatch. And these studios, sub-studios within Blizzard, these IPs, they suffered the most in recent years. But World of Warcraft has been suffering the longest. And the Warcraft IP in general. I grew up playing Warcraft, the original RTS. But I don't get that anymore because they haven't made it in many, many, many years. Because all of the people who used to make that game aren't even at the studio anymore. They're all off at other studios. StarCraft is out of sorts, and so is Heroes of the Storm. Will these things come back? Will Blizzard be back? I think partially they are back already. And this is the most exciting thing, because all of the things that people have been asking for decades, and I'm not talking about micro things. We've been asking for a lot of micro things for a long time, and Blizzard has been slowly giving those to us. But what has been really being asked for a very long time is now here, is now in the game, is now being added to the game, is now being put on the test realm, and in less than 3 weeks, we will have a brand new version of Classic WoW, something that people have been asking for a very long time. And we're always told, no. For the longest time, they were told, no, you don't get Classic either because nobody likes Classic. And that forever line is you think you do, but you don't. But now we know what we want. And Blizzard is saying, yes, let's give that to you. Because they no longer have to go to Bobby Kay's office, hat in hand, say, please, sir, the gamers want some more, and getting, beaten in some cases. I'm sure there was some office beatings that took place there. I'm not 100%, but Activision doesn't seem like it's been a very kind overlord for the longest time. And now we can see this because as soon as they got out from under that, they started heading in the opposite direction where they had been for a really long time. And again, things are not perfect here, but good enough that we're going to take a deep dive here. It's good enough that I want to get back into this company because this is where things have turned around. All the allegations in the past, all of the bad things that were in the past, they've been dealt with by, according to many people, they've been dealt with. They're moving on. So, all right, let's give it to them. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt, shall we? So here we go. Here's the benefit of the doubt. Yes, I think Blizzard is headed in the right company because it's strangely, as it pointed out in its own cinematic, which is kind of scary because you think maybe it's become self-aware, but I'm sure if Skynet is going to evolve, it's not going to evolve from Blizzard. It's probably going to evolve from its parent company, Microsoft. But Blizzard has finally gotten its soul back, and they showed this in the most recent cinematic, saying, there is some major healing that needs to be done, but healing can't be done outside of a community, and that is 100% true. That doesn't mean that you need to throw money towards Blizzard. You just need to be engaged and reward them for positive changes. This is what every company needs, from CDPR to Larian to all these other studios that are at the top of their game or who made bad decisions but then are back again, or who have, in some cases, some companies that have made bad decisions and they're still in the outhouse, and so to speak. They need a community to say, hey, we don't like what you've been doing, but we're here if you want to change. Because that's the way that you get somebody to change. That's the way that you get something to change. And we've seen and heard these promises before, but in every time that we'd heard these promises before, a certain Bobby was sitting on a throne going, yes, tell them what they want to hear, and then stab them in the back. We heard that over and over and over again. But now he's not there anymore. So now we have somebody who's actually free to make the product that they want to make. And I'm sure there's going to be some bad decisions. We've seen, Microsoft Studios not make the greatest decisions in the recent history, but they're good enough that I think what we're looking at and what we're getting is something new and something different. And let's start small. And I think starting small is a great idea. In fact, Blizzard thought it was a great idea too, because they're introducing a new classic realm, the same game in vanilla that has been popular for over 20 years straight. Hardcore realms are popping off. The hardcore experience from streamers on Twitch are absolutely going nuts over this, and the audience is absolutely loving it. They are digging it up. I have been watching, and it has been amazing. I've been watching, and I've been really thinking, you know what? I'm going to get back into this not full time, but pretty close. We're going to stream a bunch of stuff. Mooney and we're going to stream a bunch of stuff. We're going to make some videos, and we're going to see where this goes, because what they're doing is they're creating this new server. It's called Season of Discovery. And for the next probably 2 years, we're going to experience classics starting at a level cap of 25 and then slowly progressing up and slowly opening out with one of the strangest things I have ever seen. And that is player agency. The player can make more decisions than ever. They still need to work in a cohesive group, but they can now make more personal decisions. That, to me, is amazing. More personal decisions are available now than at any time in the history of Warcraft. And this is a great time to jump in. I'm so excited to jump in. I'm so excited to give this a try, because this is finally going to let me do what I've always wanted to do and share this experience with somebody who I love. And I think I would love to share it with other people as well, because that's what community games are all about. So, if you're interested in Warcraft, let me know. Follow us along, and maybe we'll see you in Azeroth.